Obviously, a tale of kind of two periods and then one period. What did you like about the way the team kind of built up throughout the game?
Well, we could have easily said, 4-0, we have no chance here, and then gone away and then got ready for the regular season. But I love the way we came back and battled and got rewarded on some nice plays because we're at the net, screen the goalie or go off guys. So it was but we had some tough stretches there. But I mean, they say it was a good stretch there, and we had our sniffs there in overtime. So it was it would have been a great point regular season.
When it comes to being ready for that regular season, is that third period kind of surge to the end the way you want to end the preseason, or do you kind of take the whole thing in totality?
Well, you could say that if you'd have won, we'd have been happy. But but the way it ended, it shows that we can play. Let's make sure we don't wait for the last 20. So there was a lot of positives in the first early part of the game. It got ugly there for a stretch, but good response.
How much does that snippet there show you? I think you touched on it. Show you what's possible with this group, or in terms of the ability that you guys have, or what's going to.
Well, we directed early in the game there. We directed a lot of pucks. They blocked a lot. We missed the net on a lot of shots. Started getting some through. But I think there's some balance in our lines that we should be generating no matter who's out on the ice. But they defend well. They got great sticks and they're big and they don't let any shots get through. So it's it can be frustrating at times. But after 40 minutes, it was very disappointing the way things were going. But at the end of the day, it shows that we're capable of scoring and generating if we keep it simpler and get it to the net.
You've got some power plays there to work on. How much are you maybe still sort of working on? What five you want in terms of the right combinations, to go with whatsoever. How much is that still a bit of a work in progress? And
that'll be a work in progress through 82 games coming up. I assure you that. That's always something that you're going to be talking about, whether it's a revamp and technically putting different things involved with movement, personnel. So I think rewarding for doing the right things and being productive. But I think it's, whether special teams this year got to be, not using that term, let's be special.
Performance may dictate.
Absolutely.
Who's out there.
Exactly. You can call it a different word if you want, but I just think that meritocracy or something like that. Maybe more. Yeah.
Flip side, the PK had a rough start to the game, but seemed to find its footing. Where do you think you're at in terms of that transformation with Miguel coming in and some of your personnel as well?
I think he's done a great job with our penalty killers so far, and I think that you can look at what went in there. Net. I still thought two things got to be better this year: staying out of the box for the frequency of them getting on the power play, and then how we were defending. But I think they're as a group of four, or I should say, four. It could be three, but they're I think they're moving together well. I think that we're contesting entries more predictably, and clears is something we can get better at. They're excellent on their clears and how they pressure. I still think that's we're making improvements, and I think it's showing that we're training, and I'm really happy with it.
It's pretty much the full camp for Beckett. Tonight in the fourth line role. If he ends up staying with you guys for however long, where do you kind of anticipate using him in the early part of the season if he's there?
Yeah, I think probably where he started at today is likely going to be where he's going to be, and I see him being like a wild card where you can use him in all situations, and he can play with anybody. You're sitting there if you're playing in that role in that line. You think that he's not going to get enough ice time. But I still think he's useful in other ways where he can play with top players and be a threat and be productive as well. So it's it's a good asset for us, and I think the way he trended through training camp there, he gives us a lot of options as a coach.
I know. Lastly, Leo showing a lot of assertiveness at the end of this game. What would it mean for you guys for him to even out his production and really give you something consistent this season?
Well, I think that he's had stretches in games where he looked like he did in the third period. The consistency for a young player is what we want to get to. But I thought last year he really trended in the right fashion, and I think going into the regular season feeling good about himself. I mean, he should be excited about having a strong year and being a big part of our leadership group this year. And that consistency of his play and performance is what we want. And we saw what he's capable of when he can rip it like that. And then, that could be another way that his offense can be even higher.
I'm sure Thursday is going to be only your focus here now going forward. But over these next few days, how much are you going to maybe hammer over to the group just the need to get off to a good start this year?
Yeah, I don't know how many times I've mentioned it up to this day, but when we get back on the ice on Monday, we'll be mentioning it every day. Probably, I don't know how long into the season we'll be saying it, but there'll be plenty of reminders how the importance of getting off to a great start can set up and make your whole year.
Coach, just really quick on Mason. He gets a first preseason game under his belt. How do you think he played tonight?
I thought he was fine. I think not playing with the pace and the tempo. Everybody's got a couple of steps on you. I thought he did well. I think I think he's starting to get a little more familiar with where to go in certain situations where it's more, just reaction, not thinking. And I think that hesitation is going to get better with a couple more practices under his belt. And, it was good that he got a game in too.
Okay, thanks, Coach.